Welcome back to the ASL Dyad. Today we're going to be talking more about us and things like what we're studying, what goals we have, and things we like to do. So let's get into it.
So sorry about my crazy hair. I'm growing it out for a very good reason, I promise, but it is in the awkward middle stage right now. But to start out with me, since we're both college students, we'll talk about what we're studying. I'm studying neuroscience, and since that's basically just a heavy science major, I'm also taking ASL classes to learn that better. But what I want to do with neuroscience is kind of still a mystery. I don't really know yet. The thing that I want with my job in the future is to have time to spend with my family, and I want to be able to help people and use all the languages that I've learned.
So I'm studying communication disorders, and I have a year left in my undergrad, and I'm now working towards getting into grad school. My end goal is to become a speech pathologist, and I specifically want to work with deaf kids who have cochlear implants, and I want to be there for the parents of that deaf child, because a lot of times if they're hearing, it's a new thing, they're scared, they're not sure what the future's gonna hold, because that's how my parents felt. They didn't know what they should do. So I want to be there to tell the parents, it's gonna be okay, your deaf child is gonna be successful, and here's some ways that you can help them. And I would strongly support a cochlear implant, but I would also strongly encourage learning ASL first and using that to help them learn how to speak once they have their cochlear implant through lots of speech therapy. I want them to know that if that doesn't work for their child, or that's not something they're interested in, that they also have the option to be involved in the deaf community, and they can learn ASL and be involved there. I want them to know that there's not just one way to go. I think that's a lot of what audiologists and speech therapists out there kind of think, is this is the only way that this can help your deaf child, is just a cochlear implant. But I feel like there's lots of options, and I want to just guide the parents in knowing that everything's going to be okay. And I want to be a role model for those little deaf kids, and I want them to see that you can speak well if you work hard, and you can be anything that you want to be. So that is why I'm so passionate about becoming a speech pathologist, is just because I can relate to it. My speech therapist changed my life, and they helped me not be able to have a deaf accent and be able to speak so well, and I just want to continue helping those deaf kids.
So the next section of the video is our goals, and in next couple of years, maybe, not quite sure, we want to start a family, have kids. 4 to 6 kids would be ideal. Maybe. We'll see.
We'll see.
But that's one of the best things in life is having a family, so that's definitely something that we want to start once we are settled in more and
done with school
and know a little bit more about our future.
And I definitely want to just be a mom, but I also want to have my own practice someday where I can continue helping those deaf kids, but my main priority is to be a mom.
Yeah. And as for me and what I'm going to be doing in the future, I don't really know yet. Like I was talking about before, I've looked at psychiatry, I've looked at being a pharmacist, I've looked at a ton of just different things that kind of have to do with like neuroscience. And I think one of the things that interests me is just how like psychology and the brain work together. I think that's why I ended up choosing neuroscience. Right now I'm looking into law school, but still not quite sure at this point what I want to do. If you have any suggestions, leave them in the comments. And one of our goals, we don't really know when it'll happen, most likely when we're retired and our kids are out of the house, but we want to serve a mission. And when I was on my mission, I went to an island called Dominica, and there were a lot of Haitian immigrants that really wanted to learn English because English was the native language of Dominica. And so we had English classes for these people, and it was amazing to see how hard they wanted to work to learn this language because they really needed it to survive. And so there's people all across the world that need help like that. And one thing that we want to do, because we can bring kind of multiple languages to the table, is we want to go to a place that needs help, that wants to learn a language, and we can go and teach ASL and English to the people that want to learn it. Because at least for deaf people, if there's no kind of fundamental language for them, it can be kind of hard. But if we can go and help them learn at least some sort of sign language, then that would benefit them a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I've seen videos of like deaf kids who are just trapped in their minds and they don't know ASL, and then people go over and they help teach them ASL, and the world just opens up. So that's one thing that we really want to go do, is just to go and serve people. And yeah. So the next section is the things that we like to do. And one of our favorite things to do is go country dancing. So for one of our first dates, it wasn't really an official date. We just went with friends. I had no idea who he was at this point. I had only met him once, but they asked us to go country dancing with them, and so we went. And I did not want to go because I knew it was going to be a super loud place, and I was just terrified to be able to hear him, and I was just nervous, and I didn't know who he was. But we went, and it ended up being probably like the funnest night, and we just had a really good time dancing and just having fun together. It was still hard to hear, and he at that point didn't know me that well of like what to do, but it was still super fun. And then we've been back multiple times, and we love just dancing in our living room or whatever. It's just something fun to do.
Yeah. And another thing that we really like doing is exercising. I definitely like it a lot more than her, but if I can get her to do it, she absolutely loves it while she's doing it and afterwards. And so we try to exercise at least 6 days a week, but sometimes school messes that up. But we really like doing the insanity workouts. And so, yep.
So we both grew up in families that have just boys. I'm the only girl in my family besides my mom. But so we both just loved being outside and doing adventurous things. We like hiking, backpacking, camping, all that stuff. We've gone on a couple of trips and they've been super fun.
Yeah. Another thing that we really like doing, that's also kind of one of our life goals, is to travel and experience different cultures, different people, different languages, and to learn just more about things that are here on the earth. And some of the places that we want to go, the first one being Puerto Rico, because she has to see that place. Next one, Dominica, because I talk about those Puerto Rico and Dominica all the time, and she really wants to meet the people that I got to meet there. And some of the other places that none of us have been before that we want to go include places like Egypt, Jerusalem,
some Asia area. I've
some
never been to Asia.
Area. We don't know anything
Thailand
about over
or
there.
something, yeah.
And we were going to go on our honeymoon to Mexico, but
Yeah.
that kind of got messed up. So
Yeah.
we definitely want to go places that have Spanish so that she can kind of see what that's like. And yeah.
Thanks for watching this video. We hope that you guys enjoyed learning a little bit more about us. If you have any questions or things you want to know or any advice for us, go ahead and leave them in the comments. We'll be sure to read them and respond. Be sure to follow us on Instagram at asl.dyad, and also be sure to subscribe so you can be notified when we make new videos. And for those of you who have asked, it does not cost money to subscribe. All you have to do is just click the button. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.